Nothing up to this point had been out of the ordinary, at least until I saw her face. Oh. The girl stares at me with her single eye, her face sopping wet from crying. And I don't mean that she was missing an eye, she literally had one giant eye in the middle of her head. Suddenly, she registers that I'm standing in front of her and she jumps, drawing her limbs to her body. A bit of light reflects on the unwiped tears near her wide open eye. I can tell by the way that she's looking at me that she's terrified. She's not the only one though. Without really understanding what I was looking at, I stared at her, unmoving, and she does the same. She's wearing our school uniform, but is she really a student here? No matter how many times I blink, a second eye doesn't suddenly grow on her face, and I finally realize that what I'm seeing is reality.
Uniform is like red.
Yeah. Faced with this girl who looks like she belongs in a fairy tale, I begin to panic. Strangely though, I'm able to keep my fright from showing. This situation is so unreal. I guess my brain just refuses to fully acknowledge it. I heard crying and came to see what's going on. Are you alright? The longer the silence drags on, the harder it becomes to break it. I try to come up with something, anything to say to force myself out of this stupor, but my mind is completely blank. At this point, anything is better than silence.
Are you?
Yeah. It seems her mind is just as blank as mine. I work my mouth soundlessly a few times before finally spewing out the first thing that comes to mind. Do you need something to wipe your face? Her uniform is black, so I can't tell if she's wet, if it's wet from crying into it. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything, though. So I produced my own handkerchief from my pocket and moved to offer it to her. I approached the girl sitting on top of the stairs to give her the handkerchief, and once again she starts shivering in fear.
I don't know she'd been abused.
I don't want to spoil anything. She looks at me like I'm some kind of monster. Am I really that scary? Isn't she the monster here?
Thank you.
I hold the handkerchief out stiffly for several seconds. Then, cautiously, oh so cautiously, she takes the handkerchief.
She has a ring?
No, that's a bandit. It wipes her face. Those are the first words she's spoken so far, but she's trembling voice is so quiet that I almost don't hear her. I only transferred to this school about 2 months ago. I don't think I've seen you around. This is definitely the first time we've met, of course. I'm sure that if I had seen her before, her face would have been burned into my mind. There's no way I could forget what I'm seeing now. Should I ask her to give my handkerchief back? It's obvious from the way that she's looking at me that she's still confused and afraid. We're not gonna get anywhere at this rate. We must be in different classes since I haven't seen you around before. What grade in class are you in? I'm in class 2 too.
Class 1.
She actually gave me a proper response this time. She really is a student here, I guess, not a monster or something. Suddenly it hits me that I've been sharing the same school and hell, the same world with this person all this time.
I was about to say, if you said monster, I was gonna...
Yeah. Oh, 1 year lower then. This conversation grinds to a halt again. I can't even think of anything else to say. Actually, that's not true. I had a mountain of things I wanted to ask her. But all of it had to do with her appearance, and I'm hesitant to bring it up. Time passes as I hurriedly try to think of something to say to fill the silence. What can I say? My mind is totally blank. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, and the panic I thought I had subsided wells up inside my mind again. I don't think I can keep this up. Right. I have to get going. The girl looks like she wants to say more, but without another word, I turn and flee down the stairs. I head to the shoe rack, change my shoes, and start rushing home. I walk on for a few more seconds after clearing the campus gates. Then I pause for a moment to take a deep breath. Jeez. It seems that girl didn't follow me or even call after me. She probably still sitting at the top of the steps in that desolate stairway. A cool wind is blowing as I walk home, and I gradually regain my composure. My heart is still racing, though. I think I'm going to feel uneasy about what just happened for a long time. I was really surprised. Maybe I still don't fully understand what I saw. I'll have to think about it some more. Was it fear? Was I afraid of her? No, there's nothing scary about some girl, even if she is...
A cyclops.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't shake the thought that she might be some kind of monster, but she might be a human high school student, right? I was definitely scared out of my wits at first, but I think if she wanted to hurt me, she would have done it. In fact, she's beyond harmless. She's as timid as a mouse. But if that's the case, why do I still feel uneasy? Is my mind just unable to accept that she only has one eye? No, that's not it. It's not that like I was avoiding staring at her or anything. Actually, I don't think I could have looked away even if I wanted to. Whatever, it's not worth dwelling on. The fact that I'm not disgusted by her after all this means I was just pure surprise, right? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable conclusion. At any rate, I think it's safe to say that whoever saw her face wouldn't forget it anytime soon. As I'm thinking this over, I finally arrive at the familiar entryway to my house. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I guess I was on autopilot all the way home. I'm home. Oh, welcome home. You're a little late, aren't you? What were you doing?
Talking to a one-eyed girl.
Yeah.
Going to school with a very obnoxious girl. And a guy that is lifeless. Yeah.
Just a normal day in high school. Akemi roped me up into being her errand boy. She wanted me to deliver something for her. And that is the only thing his mother will ever say. Later that night, I let out a deep sigh as I'm laying in my futon, unable to sleep in it. For some reason, I couldn't tell my mom about the one-eyed girl. It wasn't like it was a traumatic event or anything, but I almost feel guilty. At any rate, I can't stop thinking about her face.
You all but ran away from her.
Yeah. I know that if I don't fall asleep soon, I'm gonna have to rush to school tomorrow. I try to forget about everything that happened today, but I just can't keep my eyes closed. She looked like she wanted to say something back there, but I panicked and ran away. I kind of regret not staying now. I roll over in my futon several times, but eventually I come to a decision. I'm gonna try and find that girl again.
Well, you know her classroom.
Yeah, should be doing it. I feel like I should have at least learned her name.
Is that the end of part 1?
I think so.
Yeah.
They always do these cute little animations.
Have an eye for.
It has a bunch of puns in it.
It's like have an eye for a. Something.
The next day, I try to clear my head as I walk into school, but I can't stop thinking about that girl. Should I leave class during the break or to go look for her? It's going to be difficult to leave without a good excuse, though.
You just say you fell in love and want to go find her.
Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday and say I just happened by. But there's no guarantee she's going to be in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle that situation gracefully, leaving her like I was trying to run away. Definitely not the best first impression to make.
Well, you did pretty much run away from her, so I don't know what you're trying to say you didn't.
Yeah. I have to think of some excuse for going. Why did I even get to go to investigate her crime in the first place? I'm not even sure if I know myself. That girl. I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I even think of what to call her, I have to actually find her first and, learn her actual name.
Yeah.
I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and that'll probably be good enough. She'll probably think I'm some kind of freak, but I guess that's fine. Maybe if I just talk to her, it'll lighten up some of the tension between us. I looked up to find I've arrived at school. Looks like I was on autopilot again. I get inside, change my shoes, and head out to the second floor where my classroom is. As I walk up the stairs, I see something strange moving out of the corner of my eye.
She's probably like, okay, I know he's gonna be coming eventually.
Peeking around the corner of the connecting hallway is a head of brown hair. It's the girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. I seem to be the only one who notices her head popping around the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something, but she really stands out, at least to me. She's moving her eye around frantically. Sure enough, she picks me out within the sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her, all I can think is, why is the first year student on the second floor? Before she hurries up to me.
Oh, she's gonna return the handkerchief.
Yeah.
Here.
She hands me a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I had totally forgotten that I lent it to her yesterday. I take the handkerchief, which she folds neatly into a perfect square. I think she even washed it.
Yesterday, thank you.
As soon as she says this in her tiny voice, she runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner. Hold on, wait! I can't stop myself from calling out, but the morning bell rings, drowning out my voice for me. Oh well, I head to my own classroom. The lunch bell rings. I stash my books in my desk and bolt out the classroom. I didn't even get to thank that girl for washing my handkerchief. I go to say what I wanted to earlier. I have a good excuse to talk to her now. I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down to the first year classroom, I head up the stairs. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up where I met her yesterday. Well, even if she's not, I can just look elsewhere. I get to the third floor and keep going up, all the way to the stairs that lead to the roof. Hey. Just like yesterday, she's sitting on the same step at the top of the stairs. I see her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice, and she looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly. She clearly wants to say something, but can't find the words. She's in the same position I was in yesterday, it seems. Thanks for washing my handkerchief. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. There's a lot of confusion in her soft voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but my face tells me she's not sure what to do. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. So, this is where you eat lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? I say this as gently as possible as I notice the lunchbox she's got perched on her knees. This is a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, if you're going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your lunch as well. While I take out my own lunch. Now that I think of it, I don't know if she's had any other friends to eat with.
No.
Her answer comes out too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eyes are darting around widely in the corridor in her effort to avoid making eye contact, and she begins to look even more nervous. Thanks, I'll just sit down on these steps. She didn't tell me to go away, at least. I take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me as if trying to escape. I sat next to her, but she doesn't like that I'm close to her. I'm a little offended.
It's not like I'm that close to her.
It's not like I'm that close to her. Oh! Sorry. While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look over her as casually as I can manage. Up until now. Right? She's so adorable! I was fixated on her eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt, her uniform looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch glimpses of the skin on her shoulders and stomach, and it looks far from normal. I notice that she has bruises and maybe birthmarks, I'm not sure which, all over her legs, her neck, and anywhere else I can see. Her skin on her dainty limbs looks as white as ghosts. She doesn't look healthy by any standard. That? Suddenly our eyes meet. I guess I was staring too obviously. quickly break eye contact, but she keeps shooting me sidelong glances, like she's worried I'll attack her or something. I'm clutching my chopsticks, but my lunch remains untouched. The long silence is getting uncomfortable, and I try to strike up some conversation. Come to think of it, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. What's your name?
It's Soy Sachi.
Yeah, Sachi. Sachi, huh? Nice to finally meet you.
I wonder if she's ever want to break out of her shell and can talk louder.
You're like worried that you're gonna have to talk quietly this whole time.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
It looks like she's not too talkative, though I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else come up with you or anything?
Yes, I always eat here. No one else comes with me.
Maybe that was too forward, but the fact that no one else comes up here with her isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she that afraid of me touching her? I see. So, what do you do during your lunch break then?
Read, finish homework, a few other things.
Oh, really? What kind of a book are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately.
Sorry.
Sachi cries out abruptly, her voice rising like she's about to lose her mind.
My lunch. I'm done. So, excuse me.
No sooner does she say this than she scoops up her almost untouched lunchbox and runs down the stairs. I can't really chase after her with my lunchbox sitting open on my legs, so she leaves me behind. I've just been run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess trying to force conversation like that backfired.
Well, look who returned what you did to her.
Yeah. Sachi only ever replies to my questions with a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me with her worried eye. Did I really make her that uneasy? Is it that hard for her to open up to me? This girl seemed to lead a very troubled life. I might not ever be able to get close to her. No, just because I had one unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I should give up. Before, I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke to her once, but now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I have to become friends with her now, no matter what. I can't give up. I have to keep trying. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now. Might as well eat my food. Well, I think of a way to meet her again. I finish off what's left of my lunch. But it's so quiet here now. Thought that no matter where in this school you were during lunchtime, you could at least be able to hear students' lively voices, but they barely reach this lonely place. It's like I'm in another world. The voices of the students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clicking against my lunchbox is like a hammer on stone. Even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move like it's howling in the wind in comparison. How can she eat like this every day?
That's probably what she's used to.
Yeah.
Kids are mean.
As I close my emptied lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akemi just as they're finishing their lunches. Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone. Come to think of it, I never said anything to them as leps. Oops. Oh, my bad. I finished my lunch too.
Where'd you run off to?
Hey, have you guys ever seen a first-year girl with a really unusual appearance? What do you mean by that?
A first-year girl, the one with the ocular issue?
Yeah, that sounds like her. What? What are you guys talking about? Something I don't know about?
This probably isn't something you'd want to hear. It's not really a happy story.
Oh, wow, rude. You should keep things from your friends.
That's not what I meant, but... Anyway, why do you want to know about her?
No reason. I just heard about her and got curious as all. Do you know her?
Personally, no. I've seen her around, but I've never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might all just be baseless rumors.
That's fine. Just tell me what you know.
Are you sure you really want to know?
Tomo looks side to side like he wants to make sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us are alone in here. Yeah?
Alright.
He probably turns away from me and stares at the floor. Looks as though he's staring into another dimension.
Fine. But take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. A first-year student in Class 2, female named Asoy something. I only remember her family name, but she only has one eye.
Wait, one eye? You mean she lost one in an accident?
She didn't lose one. She only ever had one, right in the center of her face. One big eye.
What? You mean she was born that way?
I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I've only ever seen her from afar, so I don't really think that's an injury.
There's really a person like that with in one of the first year classes? I've never seen her or even heard about her, not once.
Well, we are in a different year from them, but regardless. I guess she's trying hard to stay hidden, both from the other students and from herself.
What do you mean she's trying to stay hidden from herself?
I told you, it wasn't a happy story.
He'll take a quick glance at Akemi. He seems worried that she's to have said so much about Sachi around her, though it's not like I forced him to tell me. Yesterday, he avoided the subject of the school celebrities. Was that because he didn't want to talk about Sachi?
That's all I've heard, but she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not. But you have to admit that at the very least, she's unusual. She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty more who find her disturbing. From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe they're all accidental, considering how many she has.
So, in that case, could they be from...
Someone beating her up? If someone at her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you. But there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school.
Could that be it? Before I wasn't even sure what caused all her injuries, but thinking back, what Tomo is saying makes sense. Doesn't anyone try to protect her?
I told you. All I know is rumors, not details. But there's another student who's also a little famous. And I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl.
It's not really a Chan, is it? This catches me off guard. Akemi, normally so loud, speaks in a hushed tone. Now that I think about it, she's been abnormally quiet this whole time Tomo has been telling us about Sachi. I always figured Akemi would be the first to denounce bullying whenever she sees it, but... Do you know her?
I wouldn't say we know her per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school.
Doesn't that mean they know her? Akemi seems to be staring into space now, thinking.
Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter, but yes. The ledge of silence is this girl, Sadakawa. I've heard that she's from a well-loved household and was pampered growing up. As a result, she's very self-centered. That's the impression I got when I first met her, but there's probably more to it than that. She's really popular among other students as well. That also contributes to her behavior, or at least I think so.
I see.